Hello, everyone.
Hey, hey, hey.
It is Sid and V.
With Judicious Mockery.
And we are back with some more Master Detective Archives
Detectives ring code. Yup. I said what I said.
Listen, we know why you all come to Judicious Mockery.
Master Detective Archives ring code.
And it's for that sense of consistency that we offer. But last we left off, we wrapped up the Chapter 1 investigation.
We saw a bunch of different crime scenes.
A lot of crime scenes.
Basically all of them.
Yep, we met with, we checked in with Yako, Chief, because it had been quite some time since he sent us off that morning. And he was given a time limit of like 3 hours before the Peacekeepers just messed him up or something.
Have to worry about that.
We met with some of the churchgoers. We met with the priest.
Cool priest.
Metal nurse, or not nurse, metal nun.
Metal nun.
Sus worshiper. And trust him with my life servant.
I feel like that's going to come back to bite me. I do.
But
I'm leaning into it.
That's our motley crew.
The motley crew.
And then we went off with Halara and investigated all of the different crime scenes, 3 to be specific, 3 of the past Nailman crime scenes.
Halara with the major mommy energy.
And Halara revealed their forte, which is post-cognition.
Which is sick.
Lets them see the exact moment that the crime scene was first discovered.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty sick.
It's situational.
And we
learned... They made a good choice being a detective. Yes, I'll say that.
It's definitely very useful for detectives, much less useful for other people probably. But we also learned that because of our pact with Shinigami, we have an ability called Coalescence.
Which is
cool and allows us to basically share someone else's forte by holding their hand.
Cute.
Sweet and tenderly, which Halara was really all about.
And doing like a lovely kind of thumb caress, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
That's a major, you have to do the thumb caress. You have to do that.
Halara definitely didn't deck Yuma when he tried that.
Yeah. Well, they're learning. They're learning to love.
But yeah, so we investigated those 3 different crime scenes, all locked room crime scenes.
Or is it?
Or is it? Yeah, no, they definitely were. But yeah, and then we went back to Yako. Peacekeeper showed up because of course they did.
Classic.
And we told Shinigami to summon that good old mystery labyrinth,
which we're about to
start. So I think without further ado, let's
continue.
Let's jump into that mystery labyrinth.
You got it, boss.
We've already read all these. Dragon Palace.
There's nothing.
We've seen that.
There's nothing good.
Manto. We've seen that. Church. It's a church.
It's a church.
It's a church. What do you expect? Chien. We owe a lot of that to Halara. There it is. Good old Las Vegas. We're back.
What a fun space.
Yeah, so this sort of answers a little bit of your question from Chapter 1.
I had a question.
Yes, which was... I'll let them say whatever their first line is here.
Where am I?
There we go.
Hi, Halara Nightmare.
Hi, Halara. But so this sort of answers one of your questions from Chapter 1, which was, do the mystery labyrinths, change or look different depending on the murder? Depending on the investigation. And as we can see here, it pretty much looks the same.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I think I would like to see if they do a sequel to this game.
A shifting mystery labyrinth?
Yeah, I feel like, visually it would be really cool if they
it's
match
themed
the,
with the chapter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
feel like that would just add a lot of variety. That'd be nice.
One thing I would like to see if there's a sequel.
More Shinigami?
No, I was actually going to say would be we stream this with video and we are wearing the cool cape that Halara has. I think we can make that happen.
The 2 of us are collectively wearing...
We're in one together,
a single cool cape that Halara has on.
Yeah, we're just snuggled up in one.
Yep, I think that makes sense.
I think that makes sense.
Let's do it.
What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I?
Yeah, Halara's got to be super confused right now.
Lara's like, what the?
We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here.
Halara? Let me explain.
He's so short.
He's very tiny. He is literally like half the height of Halara.
Just itty bitty.
I love that they do this
Yeah,
fast
they're
forward
like, we're
thing
not.
whenever he's going to explain stuff that we as the audience already know.
True.
It's really nice and
That's how
convenient.
this mystery labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized.
And that's all of it. That's
and
everything.
That's what you missed on Glee.
That's what you missed on Glee.
I see. So mystery labyrinths are materialization of mysteries themselves, and the truth is encased deep within.
Yeah, you pretty much got it.
I love Lara's voice.
Halara has a really nice. I was when I was editing the last video, I was practicing my Halara voice a little bit.
So good.
So I don't
Yeah.
remember if there's any point during this mystery labyrinth where they are where they're not voiced lines.
But if
But
so,
if we have the opportunity, I'll bust
gonna
that
take
out
her
and we'll see
spin.
how it sounds.
I appear to have underestimated you. This is an amazing forte.
Yeah, forte.
yeah, that's
what
this is.
This
I
is
must
a forte
admit,
for sure.
It's quite a superhuman power. As far as I know, no other ability comes close to this.
Halara's like, this really kind of knocks everyone else's fortes out of the park.
So we made a pact
He made a pact,
with a god,
a death god.
a death god. So that makes us a warlock, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
correct.
Who are you?
A warlock.
I refuse to think you're just a trainee detective.
I'm a warlock trainee detective.
They call me the warlock Cocoa Head.
warlock.
That's my next Dungeons and Dragons character.
Oh my god, the warlock Cocoa
To be
Head.
honest, this isn't
Ah!
my ability.
Shut up. Yes,
Failed
it
your
is.
deception roll.
Before you continue, tell me, who is that woman beside you?
Super
Yeah,
fair.
that's a fair question to ask.
Super fair.
Her name is Shinigami. I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's a guide for the mystery labyrinth.
And a death god.
And your wife.
What?
That's me! I'm also Master Scary Cute Mentor.
Right.
Yeah, that.
On to my next question.
Anyway.
Okay, we're done with that. No further questions.
Ignore me?
Oh,
Yeah, apparently.
wow, she's pissed.
You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I had heard the rumors about that around town. Why are you investigating that case?
Huh? What are you talking about? We were just investigating the Nailman case together.
Oh my god, did they forget? Oh, they do not remember, huh?
No.
Well,
It seems like maybe they don't remember.
creepy.
The Nailman. We were pursuing that case together?
Forget
no.
Did you forget me?
You don't remember?
Look,
There was a young boy who wanted to hire a detective and you turned him down.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
The warlock Cocoa Head is displeased.
Halara is clearly a really good detective.
Yeah.
And based on their comments at each of the crime scenes, they already know the answer to everything.
Yeah.
So, like, there's part of me that's like, this is clearly a very convenient narrative move. But also at the same time, like, they had to do this. You can't have Halara come in here and still actually remember everything that happened.
Super fair.
Because that would really just break the whole game.
Super fair.
I do remember you received a request from a child about some case, and you ended up seeking my help.
The details
The
are
cost
just
for hiring
gone.
me was 5,500,800 Shin.
Of course they remember that.
Well,
That's yeah.
Remember the exact amount.
ah, dang.
That's the critical information.
But I can't remember what the case involved. I do vaguely recall investigating something.
Nope, you didn't. You didn't do your job, so I don't owe
so
you money.
I don't owe
Sorry.
you anything. You actually owe me money now.
My
It's a weird
mind is
reversal.
clouded. I don't remember exactly what was being investigated or what was discovered.
Could that be?
Yeah, it's because of the Mystery Labyrinth. The Mystery Labyrinth is a fortress protecting the truth, so outsiders usually can't reach it.
Nope.
Sure.
If someone did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away.
There we go.
Can we talk about why Shinigami has a crown?
Why not?
Is there a reason?
She's a death god.
I guess that's true, but not a death queen. Unless.
Are you saying that Shinigami is not a queen?
She is.
Thank you. Moving on.
So, if you have a pact with me, you wouldn't be affected.
Well, who would that be?
Who could that possibly be referring
Part of the
to?
pact can't be shared.
This is
Yikes.
the Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then.
Yeah, that. If only like
It
right
makes
before we
sense for a
came in
vault that
here,
protects its treasure, the truth, to have a significant level of security.
like we could have had, like, you know, Shinigami freezes time, right?
Right.
And then we're still just standing there before we actually go into the mystery labyrinth.
Right?
And then like Shinigami kicks us in, right?
Right.
If Shinigami had just given us like 5 minutes for Halara to just tell us everything that happened,
That would be helpful.
this could all have been avoided.
That would certainly be helpful.
But here we are.
But here we are. This is more fun.
This is more fun. That's true.
Yep, totally not strange at all. Halara here sure is smart.
Halara.
Halara.
That's you.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
that's-
mind her. She gives
Oh.
people random nicknames.
Right, Halara hasn't heard Halara yet because
Halara?
it's all just been in Coco Head's head.
Classic. The Warlock Coco Head.
In Coco's head.
Anyway, since
Anyway.
my memories of the case have been taken away, I will provide a supporting role for your investigation.
That's what you were doing before.
Yeah. Welcome back to your original role.
Supporting role?
As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant.
Yeah,
Well, that's the same as our original.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're just less useful now.
That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon.
They can't blast it. They wanted to blast it.
Blast through.
That's unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally.
Hey, Master, before we head into the mystery labyrinth, let's do that thing.
That thing. Oh, that sounds
Okay,
suggestive.
Right here in front of Halara. Okay.
Huh? What thing?
Look at her. You know the thing.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that face. Look at that wiggle.
That can only be one thing.
There's only one thing that
Wiggle,
Shinigami
wiggle,
is
wiggle, wiggle,
possibly
wiggle,
referring
wiggle.
to.
Ah!
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
Yeah, I am.
Very uncertain. You know what time it is.
Right.
There we go.
Nom nom.
Important content.
Nom nom nom. I think if I pulled a sword out of a woman's mouth, I would fall in love immediately.
This world
With
is
that
just
woman?
full of surprises.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies interfering with your progress through the mystery labyrinth.
How did you just...
Wow. Deductive skills.
You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here.
I don't think that flourish was necessary for the...
It absolutely
Discussion,
was. This
Yuma.
is all Coco Warlock Coco Head has.
God.
I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation, too.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, this is important,
please.
Halara. Watch carefully.
Check it. That is the point where I would be like, what is this fever dream?
That was
I
a
hope-
lot. Here you go.
I hope you learned something useful, Halara.
Vomiting the solution keys would put me over the edge.
If you were Halara, you mean?
Yes.
Do you have to vomit them out every time?
Halara is taking this in stride.
They really are.
What? Should I use a different hole instead?
Oh.
That
Oh.
not even like sexy.
No, it's not.
That's just gross.
It's.
Ick.
Oh,
Sorry, please don't
concerning.
All
me-
right,
medically
we're all
concerning.
set.
I I take back what I said.
Let's unriddle this mystery labyrinth.
About falling in
The
love?
target is the true culprit who preys on the tree.
No, I would fall in love with the sword, but then if they vomited the solution keys, I think I would fall out of love immediately. So it would just be a very confusing 30 seconds.
We would arrive at just a net neutral.
We would arrive at the same place from whence we originated.
Okay, perfect. Look at that. Here we go.
I understand that progressing through this
that
mystery
took a second to
labyrinth
load.
will allow us to obtain the truth. But what happens to us if we can't find it?
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
That's less than ideal.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the mystery labyrinth.
What?
Oh!
That's important information,
Critical
Shinigami.
information.
You need to share that stuff.
Weird that you didn't mention that before.
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind.
No,
Yikes.
that's bad. We don't want that to
that's
happen.
Certainly, relevant info.
Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the mystery labyrinth, and you vanish entirely.
Jesus.
In other words, you die.
Oh my god. That's aggressive as
Why
hell.
are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago.
Now relax, quit whining. A detective is bound to die anyway.
I mean, I guess, but
Isn't that right, Hellara?
It's no different from our usual line of work.
no, it
Detective's
is.
life is always on
It-
This
it's-
is certainly
it's definitely
different.
different
It's
from our usual line of
objectively
work.
different, Halara.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Halara.
Halar
Yeah,
does
true.
not get phased.
Anyway.
All right. No, before we move on, you're forgetting the most important part. Nope, wrong button. There. Nope, still wrong button. I thought you had it.
Can I have a hint?
Why? There we go.
Got it.
All right. So before we actually move on with the investigation, we got to do our all important solution key review.
Is this the right number? Yeah, I guess number 1, right?
I yes, so yeah.
All right. Clock Tower murder case report. A report concerning the Clock Tower murder case. Crime scene, Clock Tower storage, 3rd floor, victim female, aged 20 to 30s. Identity to be confirmed. No ETD. Discovery, 7 a.m. First on scene was clergy member who was, if I remember correctly, first on scene every time, and several peacekeepers. There was a report of a suspicious person behind the church. The body was found during the investigation. The murder is suspected of being related to the Nailman killings.
Is it because of all of the nail dolls?
Could be. Note, the door was locked from the inside at the scene of the crime. The only window was shuttered and also locked from the inside. As there are no other entrances, it seems to be a completely locked room. This matches the Nailman's MO.
Nice.
Suspect, who we don't believe is the perp.
We do not think so.
Apprehended a suspicious individual near the clock tower. Suspect was found with multiple hammers, believed to have been used in the crime. Age 48, occupation unknown. The suspect claims he was, quote, repairing the clock.
Suspicious.
No witnesses or alibis. The peacekeeper's current investigation suspects him to be the nail man. Communicate only the information found in this report to the media.
I know that it has repairing the clock in quotes because that's a quote from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that the implication is that the peacekeepers are like, he says he was repairing the clock.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's what they always say.
Classic.
But
All right.
yes, so to your earlier point, yes, the clergy member, the worshiper, is always the first one on the scene.
Suspicious.
And also something that's just kind of interesting that I was thinking about is it's interesting how the victims in this case are kind of inconsequential.
Yeah.
Like we don't know anything about any of the
No.
victims. They're all just people
True.
that happen to have been killed.
Just people.
yeah. That's it's sort of an interesting thing.
All right.
But
Shutter structure. The structure of the shutters at the clock tower. The shutters stop when they raise completely. If let go midway up or down, they're pulled to the bottom by their own weight. They lock automatically when they're completely lowered.
yep.
So that means it need not have been like someone could have escaped through the window and pulled it to the midway point, and then let it go, and it would automatically lock. So it's not entirely a fully locked room.
Well, it was a locked room.
It was a locked room,
it was
but
a room that
not necessarily a room that locks the perp inside.
exactly, the locked room could have been created from the outside.
Yes. 2 dolls beneath windows. Evidence found at the clock tower crime scene. There were 2 dolls nailed underneath the window with nails that had some sort of scuff marks on them. And again, I've already suggested that this was holding some sort of rope that was used by the perp to rappel down.
Right.
Door key. Door in the clock tower is locked. The only way to unlock it is to turn the knob from the inside. So again, they didn't go out through the door.
Right.
They went out through the window. Victim's cause of death was likely strangulation, but the Peacekeeper's report did not mention anything about it, which is interesting.
Yes.
Suspicious footprints in the grassy area behind the clock tower facing the wall as if walking toward it. The footprints seem to be made from loafers, not sneakers, but nothing else could be determined.
And they don't have this here, but just as a relevant, as a somewhat relevant thing, I think that the young boy mentioned that his father does have loafers,
Yes.
but he rarely wears them or something like that.
Yes, he normally wears sneakers, I believe.
Right.
Fear of heights. According to the watchmaker's son, his father was afraid of heights. He was very reluctant to perform repairs at the clock tower. So
Yep.
probably not rappelling down from a high place.
One would think that's likely not something he'd be doing.
Burnt rope remains. A strangely shaped rope was being burned in the church incinerator. None of the church officials seem to know about it. Church officials here refers to those who work in the church. In this case, the priest, nun, and servant.
So we
No
have
one
a little.
really knows anything about the strangely shaped rope.
That's not a rope. That's a millipede.
Yeah, absolutely, but no one knows about it. Past Nailman murders. The church worshiper mentioned 3 serial locked room murders occurring throughout Kanai Ward, all thought to have been the work of the Nailman. These Nailman murders occurred 3 times over the past 6 months. The first happened 6 months ago at the Secret Club located in Kamasaki District. The owner was murdered. The second happened about 3 months ago. Wait, this was 6 months ago. 3 months ago in a mansion located in the residential area near Ginma District. The owner of the mansion was murdered inside their study. The third, sorry, just making sure I remember all this. The third happened 1 month ago at an art gallery in Ginma District. A woman was murdered inside the storage room there. The fourth murder happened today at the clock tower. The crime scenes of each Nailman murder share common characteristics. There is always a corpse and a doll nailed down, and the location is always a locked room. The first to discover each past victim was the church worshiper. According to him, he went looking for the next victims when he found dolls with name tags left in the forest. By the time he found them, however, they were already dead. The church worshiper has never discovered a body on his own. There's always been another person with him.
Yes.
Okay. Halara's forte is post-cognition. It shows the crime scene as it was when first discovered. According to Halara, the forte reveals the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. In other words, it isn't tied to the culprit or the victim, but the point at which a third party entered the scene. Post-cognition is not affected by the witness's memories or interpretations. What is seen is what was actually there.
Yep. Okay, so now in the Secret Club.
Yes.
This is, so now we're on to the Secret Club. So this is the first one that
Old
happened.
murder. 6 months.
6 months
6
ago.
months ago.
So this one is, so we have Secret Club, victim's cause of death.
The victim at the Secret Club had both strangulation and vertical scratch marks on his neck. The scratches were likely self-inflicted as the victim resisted, unlike our victim, which just had strangulation.
No, I don't know why they didn't mention it. The first victim also had the scratch marks. You can see them in the photo.
Okay, great. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't mention it in the text.
Okay. So we've got 2 murders now, strangulation and scratch marks. Door
Yes.
key. There was a room key inside the glass on the counter. Security is tight, and there's only 1 master key. It cannot be duplicated. 1 master key aside from this key?
No, this one.
So this is the only key.
Yes.
Locked room. Got it. Vent. About 40 by 30 centimeters, just wide enough for a slender adult to pass through. The 4 corners of the vent are currently screwed down, but post-cognition reveals that when the victim was first discovered, the screws were not there. The cover was not tightened on and was simply fitted in place. It would have been easy to remove, so that could be how someone got in and out.
Could be.
Nails beneath vent. There are bent nails beneath the vent at the Secret Club. It is uncertain if they were hammered hurriedly or if there's a different reason. Again, could be like something was hooked onto them and got pulled.
Yes.
Could be. Mansion.
Okay, mansion. So now we're 3 months ago.
Now we're 3 months ago. Blood stain on corpse. Evidence left in the study of the mansion where the victim was found. The nails driven into the lower body pierced through to stick in the floor. However, the nails in the upper body did not completely penetrate the body. How the body bled was also strange. While the blood around the nails driven into the lower body seemed to be flowing sideways, the blood around the nails driven to the upper body seemed to be flowing vertically towards the victim's hips. That is interesting. It's like they were sitting up or something.
Could be.
If the corpse was always lying on its back, the blood stains would not look this way, so it must have been sitting up. Victim's neck. Evidence left in the study of the mansion where the victim was found. The victim's neck had signs of being strangled with a rope and wounds likely caused by resisting. So we have 3 strangulation and claw marks.
And scratch marks, yes.
In addition, there were thinner rope marks only visible on the back of the neck.
Yeah, so that's like that line that you see on his neck. That wasn't present on the other 2.
Yeah, okay. Vent of the study. The vent is too small for a person to enter or exit from. It's screwed shut from the inside, making it impossible to remove. There is evidence that a string or something similar scraped against the gap in it. Perhaps the string was hitched onto it. Interesting. I don't know how someone got in or out from the mansion at this point.
Right.
Doll with eyes gouged out. Ugh. Case evidence found in the study of the mansion. This doll is made of resin, not porcelain. The hollowed out eye holes are connected by a cavity in the head. In addition, it looks like a thin string rubbed against the inner corners of the eye. Yikes. Okay.
That's a lovely image.
Yeah, moving on. Halar provided a floor plan of study. Halar provided a photo of the crime scene in the mansion study for the locked room mystery. On the back is Halara's hand-drawn floor plan. Okay.
And also very important to remember that the other thing that Halara had in their pocket was a picture of a kitty cat.
Of course. Door key to study. The key to the mansion study, there are no copies of this master key. The door to the study is unlocked with the master key. When the body was discovered, the door was still locked and the master key was found inside the study. The key was found under the body.
Yes.
So I'm really not sure how someone got in or out of this one.
Yeah. This one is interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Art gallery storage. Woman's corpse. Markings on the corpse in the art gallery storage room. Like the other victims, there are signs of strangulation, but no wounds from resisting.
Yeah, so she did not have the scratches.
There are also signs of blunt force trauma to the back of the head. That wound is deep and may point to the real cause of death, which is new and different.
Yes.
Nailed.
And so this was the 3rd killing that
Yes,
happened. This was
a
1
month
month
ago.
ago.
Nailed doll. Evidence found related to the murder in the art gallery storage room. A doll nailed to the cloth canvas. One nail is driven into the head and another into the chest. A key to the room is also nailed on with the nail in the chest. Okay. Nail and painting. Evidence found related to the murder in the art gallery storage room. A nail is driven into the portrait, perhaps in place of a doll. Yes?
Wait, hold on. Oh, nail. Sorry. For some reason my brain was hearing nail there and thought it was saying key. And I was like, wait, there.
No, the key's on the
where's
doll.
the key? I know. I was
Yeah.
like, where's the key with this one? Okay, my brain just glitched out there for a
You're
second.
good. Door key. 2 keys can open the door to the art gallery storage room. At the time the body was discovered, one of them was inside the room. That was the one on the nailed doll.
Correct.
The other key was in the possession of an art gallery employee and was used to open the door at the time of discovery.
Specifically the employee that we ran into outside.
Yes. Window gap. The vent window opens outward, but the gap is only about 5 centimeters wide. There are no suspicious traces on it, and it will be impossible to enter or exit from. Paint on floor. Evidence found related to the murder in the art gallery storage room. At the time the body was discovered, someone from the church tried to enter and knock over a paint can. The art gallery employee claims he was the one who unlocked the door, but was too afraid to open it. Instead, he watched from behind as the person from the church opened the door. Hang on. I'm going to give this one more pass.
Yep. So we had art gallery employee unlock the door, and then worshiper open the door and
spilled
knocked
the paint.
over the paint can while the art gallery employee was watching from behind him.
When that person opened the door, he stopped at the side of the victim. That was when the paint can was knocked over. The person from the church who the art gallery staff member is referring to is likely the worshiper who always discovers the victims.
Yep. And last but not least,
Non-public information. The victims of the serial killings were all strangled, but the cause of death was not publicized. Only the people who entered the crime scene know this fact. The culprit, peacekeepers, and first discoverers of the victims. All right.
all right,
I'm acquainted.
that's everything. So what are we thinking? What are we feeling? So you've already talked about the first the 4th crime scene.
Am I good to be running while we have this conversation?
Don't, because getting right up ahead to that is where it'll advance. So you already talked about the clock tower one. And you talked a little bit about the secret club.
Yes.
So yeah, clock tower you already talked about. You talked about the secret club. Mansion, you don't really have any ideas?
Nope.
Okay.
I really don't.
Anything with art gallery?
It seems like the art gallery person went through the door. Like the most suspicious one from the art gallery storage is the other art gallery employee who has the key. 'Cause
Oh.
how else would someone?
Okay, so you think that the art gallery employee just like locked the door from the outside with their key?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, that seems too simple, right? But like,
But maybe that's
I
the
don't
maybe
know
that's
how
the
someone gets out. Someone's not going through the window.
maybe that's the double bluff. Is it's so simple that you're like that can't possibly be it.
I also feel like the art gallery one is not the same person.
Is not, what do you mean?
I feel like the killer from the art gallery storage death is not the same
Okay.
because the rest were caused by like a long-term strangulation seemingly because you had the scratching resistance marks, right?
Right.
But this was caused, it seems like, by blunt force trauma.
Right.
And it seems like it was perhaps made to look like one of the other murders by a strangulation after the fact.
Interesting.
But there were no wounds from resisting. Blunt force trauma, that may point to the real cause of death, which makes me think that, like, whoever obviously, like, approached these people from behind, seemingly, and strangled them before they, like, could, like, that method didn't work with this, which
So-
is why you have a blunt force trauma.
So we're thinking art gallery was a copycat type of situation?
Yeah, that's my instinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
guess.
let's continue on then.
Onward.
See how that all shakes out. What do we got in here? Shinigami TV.
Ooh.
What's this?
This is the woods, Yuma.
They seem to represent the 4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress.
Halara really takes us all in stride.
Interesting.
Oh, I see.
You see? Master, this is your job.
Exactly.
Yikes.
So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the
Look
first
at
one
that
you
doll's
investigated?
leg. Did you see that?
Yeah, I like
That's
that
freaky.
one.
If
bit.
it's
Yeah.
set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery.
Indeed. All right, so it makes me go to 4 first?
Yes, you do have to go to 4 first. But wait, before you go there.
Can we talk to people?
Yeah.
First off,
Oh God, I hyped
The
it up
voice.
before. I have to get into it. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Damn it. I don't know if I have it.
High expectations. You've been practicing, we know.
Aren't you going to check the scene at the clock tower first? Let's go once you're ready.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
That was kind of the idea. I'll get there if we have more.
Let's solve this thing.
The clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Let's hurry, Master.
That it?
That's it. Let's
God we had that
continue on.
Are you going to the 4th locked room?
No, let's not
Gotta
actually.
go.
Let's not do that.
No,
actually.
no.
You know what? Maybe it's okay if our soul just gets lost in here forever. Oh God, we fell through the ground.
Absolutely
We just
terrifying.
glitched out of bounds. We really did glitch out of bounds.
Ooh.
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
If she did, you would know, Yuma, because you'd have a splitting headache.
Yeah, you should remember.
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost die.
True.
It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
What a way to describe that.
the 4th locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
Yes.
Yup.
That's right. And this is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings.
Yup.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible.
Someone wasn't paying attention. When
Yeah, we
reviewed
literally
the
just did
solution
we
keys.
literally did an overview of all of this, Halara.
Awkward.
Why didn't you read
crime
the
was a
solution
locked
keys?
room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower.
Yes.
In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Correct.
Countless. You could count that.
Which means that's the corpse.
Yeah. Good job.
Halara, what
Halara.
were you
That doesn't count as detective work.
what were your options
you
there?
think?
Were you like it's either this thing in the middle of the floor or one of those
the
dolls on the
blood.
wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
also lots of dolls nailed to the walls.
True. Don't get
It
confused.
looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by that nailman guy from the urban legend.
Hence the nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
This is the 3rd floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
Well, it's not too high to jump. It's
Yeah,
just,
you can jump. It might be too high to land.
Yeah. It's not the jumping that's
So
the
it
issue.
really is a locked room mystery.
Such lawyers. I hate us.
Our viewers are probably like, what the
This
fuck is
a
wrong
locked
with
room.
them?
Aren't we stuck in here too?
Yeah, we're trapped here forever, Shinigami.
Sorry about it.
Master, you're trapped unless you solve this mystery.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out.
Ooh.
You better hurry.
Are you gonna do the snuffing? Why didn't you just pull out your
Don't
scythe?
put it away.
Hey!
Oh, God.
God.
No.
That's why she pulled out her scythe.
And that's the headache.
No, that's not the headache. That's just
I
the
see. So that's how to make
That,
the
I think
questions
my head
appear.
probably aches.
the jugular expulsion.
I'm surprised you're so calm after seeing
Yeah,
that.
you was like, did you not
It's
see
like
what
you
she
don't,
just
you
did
don't
to
have
me?
a problem with that?
Where did the culprit flee from? Do you
Let
know?
me select a spot.
Do you know, Sid? You can move the camera.
Here,
The window? What? Could it be?
here.
It has to be here.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
The culprit must have escaped through the window.
But we just said they can't jump or
And the
land.
reasoning?
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry.
Correct.
Window
Which
was open.
means The window was open not too long ago.
Right.
Yup.
It's likely the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out.
Which makes sense because it falls.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
Yup.
Yes.
It sure
this style of
is.
shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down. And once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked.
In that case, let's try leaving this locked room in the same way.
It's interesting how they
Let's try it.
No, it's okay. It's interesting how they sort of set up this whole case with you know, they have 4 different locked room mysteries all within this one case, and they all have slightly increasing difficulty.
Yeah.
And any one on its own probably wouldn't seem like necessarily complicated enough, but all together they sort of work together to make the complex mystery.
Yeah.
It's an interesting kind of approach to it.
That is, it's fun.
Yeah. Oh
Well-
no.
Have to worry about that.
Oh god.
The Nailman killings have already been solved.
Not Mystery Phantom Seth.
Mystery Phantom
Not
Seth.
this guy. We all know this guy at parties. We all have a Mystery Phantom Seth.
Everyone has a Mystery Phantom Seth that they have to deal with. You know, you have that person that sits across from you at work. That's your mystery phantom
This
stuff.
is a fun joke, but I just asked myself in my head who in my
in
job
your
is
life is your
mystery
mystery
phantom
phantom
Seth,
Seth?
and I have a hard answer.
Oh no.
Can I? And I think you know them.
I-
Can we mute the mics for 1 second and I'll tell you, and then we can come back on mic and you can give me your thought.
Yeah, okay.
All right, 1 second. All right, we're back.
Yeah, that
Right?
it's interesting because that is not who I would have guessed based on just what I know about your work, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's our.
We all have our mystery phantom stuff.
Is he that peacekeeper?
Did he just swipe at us through the window?
The people covering
Oh, he grabbed our arm.
worlds are manifested like that here to stop
Look,
us.
he's holding Yuma's arm.
Yeah, and that's something the person whose name I just gave would do. So, it's like I'm looking at. It's like I'm back at work.
Oh no.
You think the culprit really escaped from here?
Yes.
This high up?
Yes.
Yes.
If you fall, you die. Why don't you give it a try?
Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. I never said he fell out the window. I just said he went out the window.
There are other methods.
Oh god. We've been yeeted out the window. Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Well, that wasn't gonna
Hey,
prove the point.
Don't drag me down with you.
Laura's
Yeah,
like,
it's too
"What
late."
the-"
Yes, the hide, Hallara. It would be downright unmannerly.
Well,
Couldn't you have, instead of falling out of the window with that chain, use that chain to stop Yuma from falling?
So
Damn it, Shinigami.
Okay, huh?
Dealing with continuous attacks.
Press the
Press
correct,
the correct button when you think you
have.
have the correct answer to the questions the mystery phantom throws at you. Attacks are going to keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. So before you close,
Yeah.
just to kind of explain this in a little more,
Thank you.
in a better way, it's going to show you answers one at a time, and you have to, hit the button when it's the answer that you think is right.
Yeah.
If all of them go by and you don't press anything, you'll take damage.
Heard.
So you don't just want to. It's not like the.
yeah, and you can just wait for another
the
round.
other
You
things
have
where
to
you just
get
wait
it.
for it to loop around.
That's stressful. Okay. What button do I press?
I'm not sure. It'll show you on the screen.
Yuma, the mystery labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
Halara is very calm while falling out of this
Halara
window.
this is a typical day for Halara.
I mean, that's what they said before.
I think so.
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
A tool?
You should have found something during the investigation. I was helping you, after all. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
Remember, Coco Head. Use the power of the Coco.
A-B-Y-S. A-B-Y-S.
What did the culprit use to escape from the high location?
Okay.
Burnt remains of a strange rope.
This must be it.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
That's it. We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church.
That was
The
fast.
culprit had
It is
used that
very
rope to
fast.
escape through the window.
You have to be on it. What traces did using the rope leave behind?
Okay. A lot, I think.
Wet floor?
No.
Shutter structure?
No.
Marks under the on the dolls. Wow, it's hard to read that.
The
Yeah.
nail that was stuck in the doll under the window had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails had been hammered in below the window.
Ooh.
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window. Unless you've had special training for it.
Nail in the dolls,
There's
baby.
no amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
Well, I think that he's saying that you can't just climb down, it'd be too difficult to climb
In that
down a
case,
rope.
It couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been.
It must have been.
What's that? I can't hear you.
What were the rope's burnt remains originally?
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't.
Safety line,
Don't worry,
rope
I'm
ladder,
right here with
belt.
you. In spirit, anyway.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's good? Okay.
I think so. I think that was, it looked
Yeah.
like he was shooting us. I think that was Shinigami was shooting his megaphone. Because it was like heart beams, which are her
was that?
thing.
That was a rope ladder.
It was a rope ladder.
It was a rope ladder,
Not a
which we know
millipede.
from the picture.
Yuma, are you okay?
No,
Yeah, thanks. You saved me, Halara.
not really. Look at this
Correct.
tension.
It's
Mommy.
all thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
Look at Halara just holding Yuma's hand like that. That's-
Halara has forgotten that they are adverse to
That-
physical contact.
that is-
This is personal growth.
I was gonna say that's character growth
That's
right
character
there.
growth.
Well, it was a lot of money.
It was, yes.
Come on, are you two just gonna keep
She's
staring at
so
each other all
jealous.
day? Let's get out of this locked room.
She's so
Shinigami
jealous.
is not about that.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
So this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape.
Nice.
It's funny because Shinigami.
The
Oh, look at them
details of the
climbing
case are
out.
still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator?
It's funny because Shinigami, last episode was making all those questionable comments about like what Halara's gender was.
yeah. Yeah.
I think that
Not a woke queen.
I think that maybe I don't know if this is right, but I think maybe the reason might be because Shinigami was trying to suss out if Halara is like a threat.
yeah. That was how I interpreted
Halara's like
it.
assuming Yuma is straight. What's the situation here?
Yeah.
That's right. It didn't concern me at the time, but it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together.
Yup.
And
That's cool.
That's how they made a rope ladder.
That's cool. That's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool.
Look at that rope
What
ladder.
makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail
Confidence.
under the window showed signs of friction from a rope, and had some yellow fibers on it.
Exactly.
Yup.
A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. And there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower.
That were facing the wall.
Yep, which would be left only if you were like otherwise that would be super strange.
Yeah.
That there were footprints facing the wall.
Thinking about it now, these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get it down from the bottom?
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom, it would have been one long single rope, which they could easily pull down.
True.
The window's shutters fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room.
Yup.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props
Locked room solved. Meow.
to me for training you.
I was gonna say, who are you giving props to?
The culprit used that rope ladder to escape the clock tower.
What of it? I like the
The wings.
no the togalit?
The what?
The togalit.
The togalit?
Yeah, it's not quite a toga.
Oh, yes.
The togalit.
The toga with like a leotard underneath.
That's nice.
He's back.
Doesn't change our verdict at all.
It couldn't have been.
The watchmaker is the culprit.
But he's
He's
scared of
afraid of
heights.
And
He
wears
doesn't wear
tennies.
loafers.
Master, boom kill the mystery phantom blocking your path.
I got it. I'll boom kill him.
It's funny because neither of those are really like solid arguments.
No.
Like he still could have done it just because
No.
he usually wears sneakers and
Yeah,
doesn't
he just
like
wears
heights.
a different shoe and he like gets over it
Yeah, exactly.
for the good of the crime.
Like clearly,
Oh, we're in the arena, baby.
we're in the arena. Of course, we're in the arena. Like his son already said that he's able to kind of push through his fear of heights to go work on the clock tower. So
Stand by.
These deductions of yours are unnecessary.
What do I do?
have to
Oh, what do I do?
dodge.
What
Clear
do
the
I, oh.
culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime.
nearby,
The watchmaker was also at the scene.
was he at the scene?
And he had a hammer for the nails.
Oh.
Oh, you
In
did
other
not dodge
words,
that.
He committed the crime.
Remember, if you dodge
After
last minute, you get
committing
extra
the
points.
crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room and escaped via the rope ladder.
Can't be that.
The truth!
He
I
could
didn't
not
even-
have escaped.
I didn't even check that I was using my correct solution key.
Oh my God.
I did know that was the one that I needed, but I forgot to cycle through them.
He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. No way he climbed a rope ladder that high up.
No
like,
way.
probably not, but
So it's impossible for him to have committed the
Impossible.
crime. He's not the nail man.
Impossible.
sure, okay.
Ugh,
All I'm saying is, I
impossible.
don't think that would hold up in court. Sid's the criminal
You said
attorney,
these
so
mystery phantoms
she
try
can
to
convince
cover
me
up
if I
the
she can
case,
correct
right?
me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that would hold up in court.
It would be
Which
an
means
argument.
the Peacekeeper
It would be an
South
argument for
is
sure.
trying to do just that.
I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case.
Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh, the ultimate
All
secret.
the
Of
more
course.
reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
Onward.
Right.
Jeez, who's the protagonist here?
Ooh.
That hits low. It's
Oh,
a low
so
blow.
we're done?
Yeah, that's it. We're done with the whole mystery
We're not
labyrinth.
going to bring
We
up
can
the
go
tennis
home.
shoe,
No.
but that's my most solid argument.
He owns
By the way,
loafers. He just doesn't like to wear.
about your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
Why do you
Solution
ask?
Blade works against anything in the Mystery Labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
Oh God.
You could have told me that sooner.
Shinigami
leaving out a
really
lot of
withholds a
relevant
lot of information.
Oh.
Can I use that sword? Halara wants to take up the sword.
Ooh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly.
Oh, we're revealing that now, huh?
Apparently.
You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Halara.
Shinigami is so jealous.
So jealous. I love it.
So, nope. You can't use the Solution Blade.
Using the solution blade is a euphemism.
I
Oh,
was merely
absolutely.
curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of
And
what
it-
happened.
The euphemism makes a lot of sense when you consider the fact that Shinigami is the dom in their relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's return to the case. Assuming the
anyway.
watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notion of who is?
No.
I do.
You do?
You do.
Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit.
Oh, well, that gets us down to
I
4.
understand the reason why now.
Oh.
That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church.
Okay.
Classic organized religion.
Classic.
Prompt and logical. I am quite impressive.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn?
She's pissed.
Not happy with that.
Ooh, we're in the church.
This is the church. You know the one.
Hello.
I see.
I see. You solve mysteries like this to progress your way through the labyrinth.
Wow!
You catch on quick, Halara. I'm only now getting the hang of things.
It may look peculiar at first, but the structure is exceedingly logical. It's easy to understand.
That's amazing, Halara.
You know,
I wonder what lies ahead.
Well,
There's always a chest at the end of a labyrinth. I'm sure you'll find some treasure.
I'd rather get information about the case than treasure.
But treasure!
Let's see.
What if it's like a lot of gold, Yuma? What if it is...
a treasure chest. Can I open it?
What if it's
Whoa.
5,500,800 Xian?
That would be a convenient amount.
Check it out. A new solution.
Ooh.
It's not Xian. Only clergy members have access to the incinerator.
I was gonna say, did we know that?
Well, that's what they just told us.
Well, now they just told us. But
Oh.
going into this,
Oh, I think
when
that-
he said that, or
yeah,
I was like,
I
did
think
we
that
know?
they like briefly mentioned that before.
We're back to the original spot.
One thing to just kind of point out with that, because I don't think the game makes this
This
super
is a
clear.
fire hazard.
It is. I don't think the game makes this super clear with how it's phrased. When they say only clergy members have access to the incinerator, they specifically mean people that work at the church.
Yes.
So like they're not including the worshiper in that.
Oh, interesting. That was not incredibly clear.
Yes. That's something that does sort of come up later. So I just wanted to
Good to know.
clarify that.
So, we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit. Which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
You learn fast. Unlike a certain master I know.
Hey, don't be
You're so
rude.
impressed. Why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Ooh, now we're the jealous ones.
Wow, jealousy's going around.
Oh, are you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't you?
It's kind of ironic for you to say that. It's a little
Yeah,
hypocritical.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Cute.
Yuma.
We're short on time, aren't we? Let's move on.
Poor little baby boy.
Right.
Laura doesn't give a shit.
I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul.
Oh,
well.
God.
What do we do next?
What do we do
can
next?
Choose whichever you want.
Oh.
So why not
Oh.
start with the one you're most confident with?
Okay.
Let's see.
So now it's my choice.
Now it's your choice.
What do you think? Do you have a preference?
Not particularly.
I think my instinct is to just go in order.
Yeah, I think that unless there's a reason to do otherwise, I think that makes sense.
Should I talk to them again?
Of course.
Hey,
You decide which to solve first. I'll follow your lead.
Not bad at all.
So, which locked room do you want to solve next? Hurry up and decide, Master. We're going in order. I think like it just helps to keep things together a little.
Yeah, to kind of organize
mentally
it.
keep it together a
The
little
first
more.
locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district.
True, and that is the one that you're
An
most
old
confident
geezer
in.
was
So
True.
nailed to the wall in an underground casino.
an old geezer.
If you're
Wow.
up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the first locked room?
Oh, God. The doll's talking is so
I don't
unsettling.
like it. I don't like it.
No. Boom! We're in the club.
Oh, did we get trapped inside a locked room again?
We did.
That's kind of how this goes.
Yeah.
If the mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place.
We're gonna be
True.
fine.
Trapped in a cramped room with these two.
A fate worse than death.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Right.
I have no intention
Well-
of playing along with your fantasies.
Meh.
Yuma, hurry up and take care of
What
this.
is that look on Shinigami's face right now?
Glee.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Ugh, hate to see it.
Fritz Ice time.
This is where I used Halara's forte with my coalescence for the first time.
Correct.
Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different.
True.
Those are most suspicious.
Yup.
Spot selection. Where did the culprit flee from?
Here.
Through the vent.
Like I
I
said.
know. What about the vent?
You believe the culprit escaped through the vent?
Yeah, don't say it
Yes,
like that,
I'm sure
Halara.
of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed.
True.
Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Not again.
Mystery Phantom Seth just busted through that vent.
I do think.
How ludicrous.
I do think every time he should have like a new fun accessory. I think that
just
would be kind of
adds
fun.
on each time.
Yeah,
That's
just like
fun.
a new like this time he has like a wacky hat, and next time it's like really weird shoes.
I like that. I'm just
You're
picturing
saying
it mentally.
The culprit escaped from the vent. That's impossible.
What are you talking about? You just came through the vent. Why is it impossible?
Yeah, that's non-Boston.
Master, Hogan pocket full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hmm.
What does that mean?
Fair cute. Are we going to have to do the same difficult game?
The one where you have to dodge
Yeah.
stuff?
Well, no.
Oh, you mean the one where we were falling out the window?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that now. We're doing the dodgy one.
Okay. This is better. Reasoning deathmatch.
And remember, you can also cut down the noise.
I know. Door key and nail beneath vent. Can I? Yeah. There was a room key inside the glass on the counter, or some of the nails beneath the vent. I feel like that's where we're going.
You think it's that one?
I think so. Oh, sorry. How do I slice?
They
The noise,
used
A.
the vent. That's utterly impossible.
Nice. Look at that timing.
Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up?
It was pretty
There's no
high.
way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed,
Oh,
Oh, it tricked you.
there's no foothold to use to reach it.
There's no footholds.
that's probably not right.
Slice through that contradiction.
Oh, is that right?
It was.
Oh,
Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downward.
foothold.
Why would
Yeah,
they
no,
be
that does
bent
make sense.
downward?
But use the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
Ben,
Exactly.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Just spins away.
Bye.
Spins out of existence.
Wow.
Iconic.
Conflict averse.
Conflict averse. That is true.
And we're back.
So
We've
you're
returned.
forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Yes, for sure. We're very
Yeah,
impressive.
No kidding.
We're the best. Yeah, it's true.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple.
Oh,
The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent.
I mean, I guess.
Did you find that out using my postcognition?
Yes.
Yeah. Without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
That's very true. I don't know what we would have done
You'll
without
never be
Alara.
considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
Well,
be nice. Easy.
Sorry.
Sorry about it.
Got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh?
We're
It
all
does.
learning.
Anyway, let's head out. I use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
climb out that vent.
Let's hurry.
Don't mind us.
What?
Haunting.
What the hell just happened? We can still see little Yuma in the picture.
Ghastly.
Oh, it took a second for the floor to load in there.
Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place.
It is, isn't it?
I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries?
Apparently
Not
not.
really.
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
It doesn't.
An emergency exit, huh?
Oh,
Well, there is one. Kinda.
apparently it does exist. I was
She-
incorrect.
Does not give us the requisite
Shinigami has once again withheld crucial information.
Classic.
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from.
Oh.
Oh,
Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
This seems like something that will eventually become relevant in the game.
I don't know why you would think that.
And
I don't know what would make
that
you think
is-
that.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Using
well-
it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Yeah, see, I don't even know why you would bother thinking about it.
Can you imagine if that never came back?
It just never came
It was
back.
just a weird loose end.
Maybe that'll come back 4 games down the line.
Got it.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so we solved it?
we did.
Well, that seems wrong.
We solved the whole thing. If it's like before, there should be a solution key here. It'll reveal the perpetrator of the crime at the secret club. Once you obtain it, you should check it thoroughly.
That's
Maybe there's a solution key like the one from before.
It should be. I wonder what kind of key it is. I can't wait.
Let's see.
What do we got?
There it is. A open the treasure chest this time. How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll? Oh, that's me.
Yeah, okay.
Right, another solution key.
Still not Xian.
Thin person. Only
Only
someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escape from the vent.
Exactly.
If memory serves, that does exculpate the person who I would trust to save my life.
The servant was definitely not of thin build.
Not slender.
No.
Looks like another clue leading us toward the culprit.
Someone thin.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, then they would have to be nimble.
And the fact that they went through the vent, which is like pretty thin.
I think that's probably the
size of the
the
vent,
bigger piece. Yeah.
Only someone thin could
Right.
fit through it.
The nails are like an afterthought.
Yeah.
So the culprit must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
Keep it up, Master. This is all thanks to my training.
So if the last one means that it has to be someone that works at the church, and
So
this
it's
one means it
not-
has to be someone that's thin,
Right. So we're down to like 3 suspects, maybe?
Let's
Two.
keep going and solve the
Two?
remaining
Yeah.
locked rooms.
Who was my guess was the weird priest.
I believe so. Yeah, because the options were the people from the church were the priest, the nun, the servant, and the worshiper.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has to be someone that works at the
It's not-
church.
so it's not
the
the
worshiper.
And it has to be
It has to be someone thin,
slender.
so it's not the servant.
Right.
So that's just the priest and the nun.
My guess is priest.
Sticking with the priest.
All right, I get to pick my next one.
Yes,
After we
I
talk to
don't
everyone?
know if you need to
Hey.
talk to them. Yeah, they're just saying the same thing.
All right, whatever.
You decide which to solve first. I'll follow your lead.
We're gonna go in order.
Number 2.
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion.
True. In my
Corpse was
opinion,
inside the study.
This is the hardest.
And the room's key was found underneath
this is the most
corpse.
complex. Yes.
All
If you
right.
think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
Would you recommend me doing 3 first?
No, I think it's good to go with this one. But if I remember correctly, when I played this game, 1 and 4 I knew before starting the Mystery Labyrinth.
Yeah.
3, I think I had a decent idea about the art gallery one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the mansion, I had some pieces, but I knew certain things, but I did not have the full picture sketched out in my head.
I feel like I don't really have the full picture of 2 or 3. I felt very confident in 4, which all turned out to be pretty much correct.
Yep.
I felt confident in everything in 1, except I didn't put together that they stepped on
The steps on the nails.
the nails, but I knew that the nails were used in the escape.
Right.
I just thought maybe it was another iteration of the rope thing.
Yes.
Which it makes sense that they would be bent, if they were bent down instead of up, that they would be stepped on. But I don't feel like I have a great grasp on these. So,
Well,
you
let's
going to
see
the
what
second
happens.
locked room?
Stop with the talking dolls.
did you do the same order as me?
I did them in order.
Q.
Q, a materialization of a mystery and building block of the Mystery Labyrinth. It possesses no intelligence.
That's weird.
Like me.
If this thing's about to ask me
There
where...
are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other nailman killings.
Sure does.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room or we're not leaving.
It must be expensive buying all these dolls.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Classic.
What do we got? Where did the
Yeah.
culprit flee
Door was
from?
locked when the corpse was found.
Where could it be, you said?
The door was locked when the corpse was
The only
found.
key was underneath the body.
The only key was underneath the
There
body.
are no windows that could have been used to escape. And the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
How'd they do it?
That's it. That's all I have.
That's all you have.
That is all I get.
That's all you got.
Okay. We have that, which is kind of weird. This.
The culprit turned into a fish.
The door is an option. It's almost like there's a secret door. Like a trap door or something?
Possibly.
It almost has to be. Because it wouldn't be here, right? Like, vent too small. Door, only keys inside. But I have no indication.
Do you know the classic Sherlock Holmes quote? I assume you do.
Could you be more specific?
The once you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Yeah.
That's a good sort of principle to use here.
This is nothing. That's not an exit.
What if it is? What if the culprit jumped through those hollowed out eyes?
I feel like it has to be a trapdoor. I just don't know, like... I don't remember what I'm supposed to remember from the aquarium. So I'm gonna guess... What, this is just this?
Yeah, it's the doll.
Which doesn't really make sense to me. There's this. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me, unless it's like a trapdoor underneath.
Yeah.
And then there's this. Which also doesn't make sense unless there's a trapdoor, but I don't know how you would even trigger that. So, I'm going to tentatively guess this. That's a mistake.
It's a mistake. You got
There
hurt.
doesn't appear to be any gimmick around here.
You can't escape from here.
Okay.
It's a mistake.
I wonder if the water tank is connected to the outside.
Let's say that it is. Still, it's not big enough for someone to swim through it.
Right.
Am I missing something obvious?
You're not necessarily missing something obvious, but you are...
Is it the door? Like, key be damned? It's the only way out?
Here.
Guess so.
This has to be the
So
spot.
that's the idea I was going out with the Sherlock Holmes
It's the
quote.
only possible exit.
Like, it seems super unlikely that they got out through the door somehow, right? But
But it's the only possible solution.
how else could they have left?
Right.
To leave
Oh!
the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
And then the vent has something indicating there's some sort of rope, and the rope maybe is used to lock it after the fact, right? Like, you feed the rope in, you hang it on the lock, you close the door, and then you pull the rope, and that somehow switches the lock or something like that and locks it from the outside.
Certainly seems possible.
Yeah, okay.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
That's the question.
Well, the key could start under the corpse. You don't need the key necessarily to lock the door.
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure. After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master?
Right.
Don't tell me you still have no idea.
I still have
Hold
no
on,
idea.
Let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
Well,
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
What do I do?
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes, I'll try.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
How are you gonna get the key in there?
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door.
Okay.
And if they manage to throw the key right under the corpse
Well-
from here,
that's not it.
That seems
Unlikely,
probably
doesn't it?
unlikely.
it stopped.
But it
But
stopped.
nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse.
Maybe there was a rope around the corpse that pulled the corpse into place? Wait, is this the corpse that was sitting up?
This is the corpse that had the blood stains that were
weird.
Were weird, yes.
So maybe he was originally sitting up and there was a rope around some part of him that pulled him into place or something.
I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Lara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
Yes.
You haven't?
Oh, well.
Oh God.
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
Lara literally has no memories and they're solving this murder.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xi'an.
Oh God.
Classic.
We're already paying
Of
so
course,
much.
I don't work for cheap.
True, we
You
know.
really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The
She
key was
is.
definitely tossed inside. But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in?
How did they do it?
Maybe the corpse was moved?
Yup.
That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
Oh God.
Well,
Aw,
Those are
at least
parts.
we
Those are
completely blocked
faces.
off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
Yes.
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
That is
Correct.
always the solution, yes.
Oh,
Oh, God.
You know what time it is.
At least give me a heads up first.
No. No heads up.
Says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
Tool?
That's all the advice I'll provide.
Oh God.
You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
Oh Lara.
Lara.
Got it.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell. So, I'll help
How
you
dare
out.
you?
Are you ready? You better be.
She said, I can tell because I'm your mentor.
Huh? Ready for what?
Lay it all out, Master.
It's punishment time.
No, not the barrel.
Why not the barrel?
Not like this.
But you know what you get when you solve the barrel.
Look at her.
Look at her in that barrel
And look at her.
with a wink. What's our question?
Let's work together.
The culprit used a blank to move the body.
Twirling, twirling, twirling.
G-E-R-I-L-S.
What would your thoughts be with ignoring the letters?
Like a rope or a
Okay.
GERIL. Timings.
You are along the right track. There's just a different word for what you're thinking.
Just ignoring me now?
Lasso? Lariat?
I mean, it's not just quite. It's not exactly like a synonym. It's just a very similar kind of thing.
Ah!
Are you just gonna leave me here?
You can put a solution key in her mouth if you want, but you have to pick the right one or else you'll lose
Oh
time.
god, can I look at them and
No.
pause? I can't. Bloodstains on corpse, victim's neck, dull. I think it would be one of these two.
I'll try it.
I feel like
Only 30
there you go.
Nope, that was a bad one.
Oh god. All right.
You got 10 seconds.
Yeah, this isn't. It feels like this isn't gonna do it.
What marks were on the corpse's neck besides strangulation
Like
marks?
defensive claw marks.
No, besides that.
Oh, the one on the back. Mm-hmm. Is it gonna let me try again?
No, Yuma's dead now. Game over. We have to restart from the beginning.
Bummer. Can I take this opportunity to think?
Sure.
There was like a smaller rope mark on the back. I'm trying to think about what the letters were. Like a rope, a tie, a tarp,
A tarp? Is that another word for rope?
It's not. I'm just thinking of what could like cut into the back of a neck, you know?
A tarp?
Yeah, maybe.
I have the same question.
No, if it was like a tarp's underneath him and like they pulled on part of it or something.
Okay, I guess. I suppose.
Like a belt. All right.
What could it be?
Should we restart the labyrinth from the beginning?
I think so. Yeah, let's do that.
Is this my last checkpoint?
Hopefully.
I'm gonna find out.
Shinigami's secret. Depending on Shinigami's emotional state, not only can horns and a tail sprout out, but her entire body can take on a fiery form.
This is not surprising.
No, it's not surprising. Oh, wow. This is taking us a little ways back. We can just skip past.
Yeah.
Just like hold down
One of
or
those
hold
nailed in
down
the
R.
culprit was also missing from this room.
I think that fast forwards. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, team. I'm being
You
dumb.
can just keep holding it down.
All right. We do know this, though.
Yes, we know this one. It's the door.
Here.
And keep fast forwarding. Look at how fast they're moving. Halara goes over to the body, gets the key, says we have to take it with us, see if we can do it. Yuma's like, okay, I locked the door. I don't
This
know
is
what we do
brutal.
now. I guess we're just kind of screwed, maybe. Shinigami's like, oh my god, solve the mystery. How do you put the key back in?
Thrown in.
You throw it in. That did really slow that time. You throw it in, and then it just lands there. Perfect. Look at that. That's exactly where the key was found, by the guy's head, right? Yeah? Maybe? Okay, maybe not. So what tool was used?
Okay. I know it's the mark.
It's blocked up.
Yeah.
What tool? How was the corpse moved? What tool was used? Shinigami's like, I'll use my bikini powers to help you.
Always.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
All right. I'm being a dummy. Let me think.
All right. So,
Yep. 6 letters.
culprit used a blank to move the body. Has something to... Did we figure it out?
I think we figured I am a dummy. Oh, please. Is it A? No,
It's X.
It's X. Oh, X is the top button.
Yeah.
I got it. I know what's happening.
Don't you usually use a switch?
It's string, people.
It's string.
It's a smaller rope.
It's a smaller rope.
It's a string.
It is a string.
I cannot believe I started with rope and I took that long to come up with string.
I know. I was
That's
like,
on me.
It's like a rope.
That's
like,
on me. That was right. It's a small rope.
Look at that. Look at our reward.
It's a tarp.
It's a tarp. Exactly.
I was actually thinking like a cinch string on a tarp is
Oh
the
my God.
problem. Is like what, like if it's like at the end of it and you pull on, like you cinch it.
Yep. But we just couldn't get there.
I'm just a
Look.
simple fool.
Blew up the
There was
door.
evidence of a thin string being used at the scene
Yup.
of the crime.
Yes, there
a sturdy and
was.
thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
True. Oh, it's good old mystery phantom
Like came up
sack.
with cord before
Tiny
string.
string could move a whole corpse.
Yes.
Yeah.
There he is again. That rude and gloomy guy.
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
Your entire existence is wrong.
It's all about the tensile
Could
string.
be wrong about it. Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor.
Well, now that's true.
That is true.
But
Which means the corpse was fixed in
No.
place. So how
that's where you're
could
wrong.
the corpse be moved?
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Don't
Only the
fall for his
bottom
lies,
half.
Shinigami.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
Hello.
Don't fall
Lara.
for his lies, Alara.
You think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
No.
Oh, God. It's going to be quick time. Are you emotionally prepared?
No.
The door!
The truth is slipping further away.
It's all the way over there.
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
I feel like that's a little close-minded.
Well, let's take him down first.
We got it.
Are we going to do it?
We got it.
Yeah.
What do you got for us? Oh, no, it's not quick time.
Oh,
It's dodgy time.
okay. Let me take a look at my keys.
Do a little
I think it's
dodgy.
gonna be about the like top wounds being like the weird blood splatter pattern,
Yep.
or like the top not being nailed in, the top nails through the top of his body. Bloodstain on corpse. is what it
Bloodstains on
is.
corpse.
Let's just take a look at bloodstain on corpse. It's not gonna be that, and it's not gonna be that. So
Deduction is wrong.
Your existence is wrong.
Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place.
Say,
But the body we saw through postcognition was fixed in place.
Well.
I don't think you can refute this statement.
okay, well, but like not all of
That
it.
said, those bloodstains sure
Yeah,
are
yeah,
suspicious. How did they end up like that?
If the corpse had always been on its back, tracks like this wouldn't have been made.
Wouldn't that be some kind of proof then? Let's take a closer look at what that guy said.
Yeah, no, okay, I know. You all know I know.
Deduction is wrong.
Do we know?
You all know I know because I said it with my
The corpse was
mouth.
moved. The corpse
Because I
was
said it with
fixed
my
in
mouth.
place.
Corpse was technically fixed in place. I see what you mean.
It didn't move a millimeter.
Not a millimeter.
In fact, that
Oh,
corpse
that just nailed you in the
shows no
face.
sign it was ever moved.
Well, but this,
Is wrong.
that is where you go a step too far.
It's incorrect, Mystery Phantom Seth.
No, there was evidence the body had been moved.
There was.
True.
The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently.
True.
The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline.
As God intended.
But
As
blood
God
from the upper
intended.
body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips.
In
As
a
God did not
dastardly manner.
intend.
If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains.
Correct.
In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
Of course. Obviously.
Oh, Mystery Phantom Seth does not like that.
I was thinking like cinching tool,
You
and
were
not
really
string.
you were really going off on a wild ride. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sid's Wild Ride.
It's the triple triad of
the triple triad. No.
Mystery Phantom Seths.
Ugh, gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
One for each of those.
Exactly. Everyone gets a Mystery Phantom Seth.
Circumstances. It doesn't matter.
It
Oh,
obviously
God.
matters.
Echo
As long as
voice.
the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved.
That's wrong.
Well, no.
Can't change the truth.
You can't change your face.
Ooh, good.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
Yuma,
no.
get like an
Yuma.
ounce of confidence.
Come on.
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Exactly.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved.
Fine
You're
string
so
was the answer.
right.
So all that remains
fine
is
string.
to answer, how was the pin body moved?
How was it moved?
And this actually is a good question because it seems like originally the body was sitting up, but then it winds up on its back, which makes me think that force was applied to the front of the neck to lean it back. But the rope marks, string marks, are to the back of the neck,
Right.
which is interesting.
It's interesting.
That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned.
Master, we gotta chase after the door. It's getting further away.
Go quick. Oh god.
Oh, well. Bye, Alara.
Oh my god, they're moving with the power of their megaphones.
Yikes. Now we're getting to an area.
Now it's fast time. What position was the corpse in before it was moved?
I think it was-
Upper body sitting up. Oh, you've murdered that guy.
For sure true. Blood flowing down.
Right! The corpse was sitting up at first.
Yeah,
That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
right.
What was used to sit the body upright?
I mean, seemingly a thin string.
That's what they're telling you. Are you sure it's not a thick rope?
The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it.
I'm trying to think of how this physically could work.
You'll get there.
Okay.
Why was the corpse lying on its back at the time of discovery?
Yup. Ah.
Oh no, we got
Not.
hit.
It's not that.
Which did you click?
I assumed the string was cut. Like
So-
it was holding it up and that had like indented in
this
and
one,
then it was
this
cut.
one's just kind of like a badly worded one. I
It was
think
either
this,
it was moved or the string was. All right, the string was retrieved.
Yep. That one, like, I think
The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door.
Is that
This-
not the same idea as it was cut?
It is, which is why I was saying that this one is just kind of a. This is like, Danganronpa type games always have the kind of thing where it's like sometimes you just get a question, you're like, I feel like two of these answers kind of could be true. And I guess the idea here is like the string definitely was received, but it only maybe was cut.
I see, but
I guess
cutting
that's
would
the
have
idea.
either of those would have created the effect of pressure on the back of the neck, which is why that mark was there, and then it's gone because he's slightly leaning back, which lets him fall to the floor.
Exactly.
Which is what I was thinking by cut.
Right, yes.
But does make sense that it would be retrieved. It just like it also retrieve makes it seem like someone went in and got it.
yeah,
which
it is a little
isn't-
bit of a weird wording
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
Correct. We've arrived.
We did it. Oh, that was a tricky one.
That was a tricky one.
I'll never forget the word string.
Ever,
appears
as long
this
as you
locked
live.
room mystery will finally be solved.
Finally.
Oh, we may enter. Warlock Cocoa Head.
Huh?
Hath
When did
entered.
that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
Finish it.
Oh.
Recreate the locked room.
Okay.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master.
Think about how the culprit created the locked room and follow the same steps to complete the room.
What place is suspicious?
Inspect items following the sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful.
Right. So
You
the
have
doll.
to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
You gotta recreate the culprit's process to create a locked room mystery.
I'm only inspecting the things that are relevant.
Yeah, but go talk to them first.
Okay.
Master, go recreate the locked room. Think about the steps the culprit took to create the locked room and check each spot.
All right.
So I need not interact with things not relevant.
Correct.
I should not interact.
You should not.
You have to recreate the locked room to prove you solved the mystery. You already know the answer. All that's left is to retrace the steps. Simple, no?
All right.
Okay, so the question is where did the string start is what they're basically asking you right now.
I have to go in order.
You have to go in order. Correct.
Oh, okay. Are there only 5 points highlighted in the room? I see desk light, I see corpse, I see the doll, I see the vent.
The painting is also highlighted.
I see the painting. So those are the 5 points.
There are
Are there more?
hold on. I think that there are 5.
And I have to interact with all 5.
Not necessarily.
Okay. The string, I mean, look, it caused him to sit up, right? And he fell back right now towards the right, which means it was originally running.
Where would the string have had to start from? Just from ignoring kind of any of the positional stuff in the room. Just in terms of for this to be pulled off, where would the string have to start from?
I mean, depending on where you're saying start, it would have been here because they removed it, right?
Yes.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place.
Okay, so now from here you have to actually think about the positional stuff.
Yes. So from here, if it's propping him up, it's propping him up, but it's propping him up when he's sitting.
Correct.
So imagine him at a right angle. Ooh, this is interesting. It like the doll obviously gets interacted with, but the doll has I'm trying to figure out the angle here. It's like it wraps around like something that's only there as like a fixture point,
Right.
right? That like, and I'm really trying to figure out how the painting plays into it, because it's honestly seems like it wouldn't.
It doesn't have to. Remember, they said that not everything is a point of interest.
That's true. That's true. Maybe the painting is just like a misguide. It's looking like the string. Well, so I'm looking at the desk light and I'm looking at the doll.
Okay.
The doll seemingly would have a purpose, right? Since it's mounted on the wall.
And what is significant about this doll? Do you remember the solution key about it?
Oh, it won't let me look at them.
Its eyes are hollowed out,
Oh.
and it looked like a string had rubbed against the inside of its eyes.
So a string runs in, like that's how it's fixed on the doll, right? So a string runs through the doll, seemingly props up to him, but then what, like you would think if the doll's here, that to sit him up, something would be like here, basically.
I'll give you a quick hint to sort of make this a little clearer.
Yeah?
The 5 here is a little bit of a trick. It's really a 4. The 5th step is kind of a separate thing.
Okay, so string to doll to corpse. I mean, this is too far away.
It might
This is too far.
might help if you start interacting with things because it'll actually like draw the string out so you can see like where it's going.
I'm gonna try the doll. I know the doll's involved.
That's it. It passed through a doll's eye. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else.
Yes.
Okay, now what?
I mean,
Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was... here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why put the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line is to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place.
yup.
Next, the fishing line.
Now what?
I mean, it could be here, but that means he's like, no, that literally wouldn't prop him up. If we go back to the vent, then he's leaning over too much. The painting doesn't make any sense. You would really think it would be something like
Well, for the vent, it
here.
depends on how much on how
tension,
tautly
I
you
guess.
pull the
I guess
the
that's
line.
true. Yeah, if you keep some slack in it, and that would make it movable to be able to throw the key under him, right? Like you could prop him up more or less. As long as you don't go over 90 degrees, he's not going to fall over forward.
Now, to return the line to the vent. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next...
There we go. See, this is why I said it's really only 4. Because it's 4 to set up the string, and then the 5th step is sort of
Go out the door.
yeah.
The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then...
Through the key.
the key was thrown through the gap in the vent.
This is tricky.
It is very tricky.
If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then... the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key.
This is a lot of trouble.
It really
That's how
is.
the culprit created the locked room.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
Nicely done. This is definitely the hardest one in my opinion.
That makes sense.
This one, when I came into the Mystery Labyrinth, I had figured out that he was seated up,
Yes.
and I knew that there was something with, like, I figured out
The
that
vent
there
and
was
the
something
string.
with, like, a string was strung through the doll and his neck and something like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the full picture
Picture.
of all the
What seems
angles and
more
everything.
strange?
Yeah.
The length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different.
Yep.
The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body.
Nope.
But the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor.
Correct.
That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
Classically.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
Nicely
Woo.
done. Time for our prize. What do we got in the box of Cracker Jacks? The mansion study was quite an elaborate locked room.
Except,
Yeah, but what we know so far isn't enough to pinpoint who the culprit is.
Calm down. We're only partway through the labyrinth. Even if we solve everything at the last second, it's still solved.
It's like someone with good aim.
Now, where's the next solution key? Master, come on down and solve the mansion locked room. Next up to win big, Helara saving the day. It's a new me.
What are you even imitating?
I have no idea what that was supposed to imitate. We are the first 3 contestants on The Scythe is Right.
All right, moving on.
I suppose that was supposed to be The Price is Right.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest.
Who's gonna open it?
Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it?
So Yuma.
Which is me, of course.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Saw that one coming. It's Xian. No, it's not. A fishing line was used in the locked room mystery of the mansion study.
So someone with access to a
This
fishing
is
line.
probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now.
Oh my god, fire.
Okay.
We have 3 trees burned down now.
And 1 to go.
Let's solve the rest.
Right.
We just have 1 remaining, the art gallery, and we're gonna solve that one next time. What remains behind tree number 3? Oh my god, what is that doll doing? Go away, that's freaky.
Creepy.
Oh my god. But yeah, we'll find out what's behind tree number 3 next time and put an end to this vile mystery labyrinth.
Until then, remember, string is a word that exists.
String is a word that exists.
We all need to think on it.
See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.